Hello, my name is Jason Kempinen, and this is a tetrahedron. In pursuit of fame, fortune, and internet points, I have prepared a series of 20 modular origami sculptures to fascinate and delight. This is Modular Tetrahedral Symmetry. Each shape in the series was designed by arranging fragments of other shapes using a modular methodology. The modular nature of each design is reflected in these modular diagrams, which color code each fragment. Many of the fragments are pieces of stellated tetrahedrons, and all have been arranged to maximize symmetry. Each shape features some form of reflectional symmetry, rotational symmetry, or rotoreflectional symmetry. Each shape is also part of a binary pair which features a specific structural parallel between two shapes as well as coordinated coloring and naming. With a few variations, all of the shapes use the same general color pattern, which I call the light square pattern. Following the light square pattern, all of the square faces on the shape are a light color, each unit connected to them is a medium color, and all remaining units are a dark color. This is a trirectangular stellation. Trirectangular stellations have equilateral triangle bases, and the apex of the stellation has the same angles as the corner of a cube. Trirectangular stellations can be attached in a modular fashion to the equilateral triangle faces of other shapes to convert them into shapes which can be made of modular origami using sonobe units. This is a cube. When trirectangular stellations are added to a tetrahedron, the resulting shape is a cube. This is a scaled tetrahedron. A tetrahedron can be scaled by dividing each equilateral face into groups of smaller triangles, then making the shape larger until the new triangles are the same size as the starting triangle. This is a stellated scaled tetrahedron. A scaled tetrahedron can be stellated in order to form a shape which can be made out of sonobe units. This is an unstellated tetrahedral edge. An unstellated tetrahedral edge can be created by dividing a scaled tetrahedron in half along the square in the center of the shape. This is a tetrahedral edge with stellations included. A tetrahedral edge is a kind of tetrahedral fragment. This is a triangular prism. Many of the shapes in the series make use of triangular prisms in different arrangements because the square and triangle surfaces of triangular prisms make them ideal to connect to stellations, other triangular prisms, and to tetrahedral fragments. The first shape in the series is Martian meteorite. Constructed out of 114 sheets of paper, Martian meteorite features scarlet red as the light color, brick red as the medium color, and rust red as the dark color. Named for the color of Mars, this was the first shape made using the light square pattern and was the inspiration for its use in the other shapes in the series. Martian meteorite displays rotoreflectional symmetry. Martian meteorite is an arrangement of 6 triangular prisms and 8 tetrahedral edges which have been covered with stellations. In this modular diagram, the triangular prisms and their stellations are colored blue, while the tetrahedral edges and their stellations are colored red. Here are the 6 triangular prisms which exist inside of Martian meteorite as hidden geometry. Each shape in the series begins conceptually as a collection of simple geometry, which is then converted into a shape which can be made out of sonobe units. This conversion process is accomplished by adding additional shapes until the outside surface of the shape consists only of similar-sized right triangles and squares. In this case, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining blue triangle faces are covered with stellations. The second shape in the series is Venusian meteorite. Constructed out of 84 sheets of paper, Venusian meteorite features lime green as the light color, neon green as the medium color, and forest green as the dark color. Venusian meteorite was designed to pair with Martian meteorite and is colored green because Martian meteorite was colored red, even though Venus itself is actually a yellow color. Venusian meteorite displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Venusian meteorite is an arrangement of 4 triangular prisms and 6 tetrahedral edges which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 4 triangular prisms which exist inside of Venusian meteorite as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. Martian meteorite and Venusian meteorite were developed at the same time. Both shapes were developed to determine how many alternating triangular prisms could be connected and converted into origami before running out of space. Because the shapes were so similar, it felt natural to pair them together. The pairing of Venusian meteorite and Martian meteorite was the inspiration for making binary pairs out of every shape in the series. The third shape in the series is cold steel. Constructed out of 90 sheets of paper, cold steel features baby blue as the light color, slate blue as the medium color, and steel gray as the dark color. The name cold steel was chosen for both the blue to gray color transition and for how the shape is reminiscent of a snowflake. Cold steel displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Cold steel is an arrangement of 6 triangular prisms and 6 tetrahedral edges which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 6 triangular prisms which exist inside of cold steel as hidden geometry. To complete this shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. This is a scaled tetrahedron with a tetrahedral edge removed. Tetrahedral edges can be made longer by taking them from larger scaled tetrahedrons. This is a scaled tetrahedral edge with stellations included. A scaled tetrahedral edge is a kind of tetrahedral fragment. The fourth shape in the series is hot iron. Constructed out of 102 sheets of paper, hot iron features melon orange as the light color, sand orange as the medium color, and silver gray as the dark color. The name hot iron was chosen for both the orange to gray color transition and for how the shape is reminiscent of an iron girder. Hot iron displays reflectional symmetry. Hot iron is an arrangement of 6 triangular prisms and 4 tetrahedral edges which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 6 triangular prisms which exist inside of hot iron as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. Cold steel and hot iron both have frames which are arrangements of triangular prisms. In each shape, the tetrahedral edges form a ring around the square faces of the triangular prisms, while the top and bottom of the ring are made of stellations. Cold steel and hot iron are also the only color schemes which transition between other colors and the color gray. This is a tetrahedral slice. Tetrahedral slices are taken from the area in between 2 cross-sections of a tetrahedron. This is a tetrahedral slice with stellations included. A tetrahedral slice is a kind of tetrahedral fragment. Here is a stellated tetrahedron which has been divided into 3 tetrahedral fragments. The 2 tetrahedral edges are colored red, while the tetrahedral slice is colored purple. The fifth shape in this series is amethyst asterisk. Constructed out of 108 sheets of paper, amethyst asterisk features lavender purple as the light color, amethyst purple as the medium color, and eggplant purple as the dark color. The name amethyst asterisk was chosen because the color is reminiscent of the color of amethyst stone. Amethyst asterisk displays rotoreflectional symmetry. Amethyst asterisk is an arrangement of 6 triangular prisms bridged by a tetrahedral slice and connected with 6 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 6 triangular prisms and unstellated tetrahedral slice which exist inside of amethyst asterisk as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. This is a square tile bridge. Square tile bridges are one of the Sonobe modules featured in my book, Modular Sonobe Origami. Sonobe modules are shapes which can be combined with other Sonobe modules to form Sonobe shapes. Sonobe shapes are shapes that can be made out of origami using Sonobe units. Tetrahedral fragments are a kind of Sonobe module. The sixth shape in this series is sulfuric structure. Constructed out of 110 sheets of paper, sulfuric structure features lemon yellow as the light color, cream yellow as the medium color, and ecru yellow as the dark color. The name sulfuric structure was chosen because the color is reminiscent of the color of sulfur. Sulfuric structure displays rotoreflectional symmetry. Sulfuric structure is an arrangement of 6 triangular prisms bridged by a pair of square tile bridges and connected with 6 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered in stellations. Here are the 6 triangular prisms which exist inside of sulfuric structure as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the triangular prisms are bridged with 2 square tile bridges, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. Amethyst asterisk and sulfuric structure both have frames which are arrangements of 6 triangular prisms bridged together with 3 prisms on the top and 3 prisms on the bottom. Sulfuric structure was created by trying to join the prisms by the thin end, while amethyst asterisk was created by trying to join the prisms by the wide end. The 7th shape in the series is spruce shrub. Constructed out of 138 sheets of paper, spruce shrub features seafoam green as the light color, jade green as the medium color, and pine green as the dark color. The name spruce shrub was chosen because the color is reminiscent of some spruce trees and has a slim base supporting an upward branching structure similar to a shrub. Spruce shrub displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Spruce shrub is an arrangement of 9 triangular prisms in 3 groups of 3 bridged by 2 central triangular prisms and connected with 9 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 11 triangular prisms which exist inside of spruce shrub as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. The 8th shape in the series is blossom bush. Constructed out of 120 sheets of paper, blossom bush features blush pink as the light color, bubblegum pink as the medium color, and hot pink as the dark color. The name blossom bush was chosen because the color is reminiscent of cherry blossoms and has a slim base supporting an upward branching structure similar to a bush. Blossom bush displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Blossom bush is an arrangement of 3 tetrahedral slices bridged by 4 triangular prisms and connected with 3 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 4 triangular prisms and 3 unstellated tetrahedral slices which exist inside of blossom bush as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. Spruce shrub and blossom bush were developed as an exploration into using the natural threefold symmetry of triangular prisms to host tetrahedral edges which align with the triangular prisms at their centers. The sides of the prisms match the faces of the tetrahedral edges which surround them, and this is what allows both shapes to have the slim bases and branching structures which cause them to resemble plants. The 9th shape in the series is cloudy sunrise. Constructed out of 126 sheets of paper, cloudy sunrise features white as the light color, salmon as the medium color, and coral as the dark color. The name cloudy sunrise was chosen because the color is reminiscent of the color of sunlight piercing through the clouds. Cloudy sunrise displays rotoreflectional symmetry. Cloudy sunrise is an arrangement of 12 triangular prisms connected with 6 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 12 triangular prisms which exist inside of cloudy sunrise as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. The 10th shape in the series is Oceanic Abyss. Constructed out of 96 sheets of paper, Oceanic Abyss features navy blue as the light color, midnight blue as the medium color, and black as the dark color. The name Oceanic Abyss was chosen because the colors are reminiscent of the colors of the deep ocean as light fades into the abyss. Oceanic Abyss displays rotoreflectional symmetry. Oceanic Abyss is an arrangement of 4 triangular prisms bridged with a tetrahedral slice and connected with 4 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 4 triangular prisms and unstellated tetrahedral slice which exist inside of Oceanic Abyss as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. Cloudy Sunrise and Oceanic Abyss both have frames which feature 4 rotoreflected tetrahedral edges at the same angles. For Cloudy Sunrise, the tetrahedral edges are split by another edge, while for Oceanic Abyss they join together. Cloudy Sunrise and Oceanic Abyss are the only shapes which feature other colors fading into black and white. This is an octahedron. Octahedrons are another shape made of equilateral triangles that can be stellated to create a shape which can be made out of modular origami using sonobe units. This is a scaled octahedron. Like tetrahedrons, octahedrons can be scaled, which also allows them to be fragmented. This is a scaled octahedral fragment. This fragment was formed by removing 4 of the 6 pyramids which form the vertices on a scaled octahedron. The 11th shape in the series is Eye of the Storm. Constructed out of 132 sheets of paper, Eye of the Storm features sky blue as the light color, cobalt blue as the medium color, and royal blue as the dark color. The name Eye of the Storm was chosen because the shape resembles a cyclone. Eye of the Storm also features a variation on the light square pattern, adding additional color to the center of the shape. Eye of the Storm displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Eye of the Storm is an arrangement of 4 triangular prisms bridged with a scaled octahedral fragment and connected with 8 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 4 triangular prisms and octahedral fragment which exist inside of Eye of the Storm as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. This is an elongated octahedron. An octahedron can be elongated by stretching 2 of its vertices into edges. This is a scaled elongated octahedron. Like normal octahedrons, elongated octahedrons can be scaled, which also allows them to be fragmented. This is an octahedral slice from a scaled elongated octahedron. An octahedral slice is a kind of octahedral fragment. The 12th shape in the series is Foot of the Mountain. Constructed out of 126 sheets of paper, Foot of the Mountain features peach orange as the light color, tiger orange as the medium color, and burnt orange as the dark color. The name Foot of the Mountain was chosen because of the shape, which resembles a sheer cliff. Like Eye of the Storm, Foot of the Mountain also features a variation on the color pattern which adds additional color to the octahedral fragment in the center of the shape. Foot of the Mountain displays reflectional symmetry. Foot of the Mountain is an arrangement of 4 triangular prisms bridged by an octahedral slice and connected with 4 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 4 triangular prisms and octahedral slice which exist inside of Foot of the Mountain as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. Eye of the Storm and Foot of the Mountain both have frames centered on scaled octahedral fragments. Both shapes were the result of attempts to bridge tetrahedral edges by using octahedral fragments, and thus both feature extra coloration to complement those octahedral fragment areas. This is a tetrahedral base. Tetrahedral bases are taken from the area found at the base of a tetrahedron when the tetrahedron is viewed as a pyramid. This is a tetrahedral base with stellations included. A tetrahedral base is a kind of tetrahedral fragment. This is a tetrahedral base attached to a smaller tetrahedron and stellated in order to form a complete stellated tetrahedron. The 13th shape in the series is French silk pie. Constructed out of 111 sheets of paper, French silk pie features tawny brown as the light color, sienna brown as the medium color, and saddle brown as the dark color. The name French silk pie was chosen because the color is reminiscent of the chocolate filling of French silk pie, and also because the shape resembles a slice of pie. French silk pie displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. French silk pie is an arrangement of two tetrahedral bases, both of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the two unstellated tetrahedral bases which exist inside of French silk pie as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. The 14th shape in the series is pumpkin pie. Constructed out of 129 sheets of paper, pumpkin pie features ochre brown as the light color, bronze brown as the medium color, and copper brown as the dark color. The name pumpkin pie was chosen because the color is reminiscent of the filling of pumpkin pie, and also because the shape resembles a slice of pie. Pumpkin pie displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Pumpkin pie is an arrangement of 6 triangular prisms, bridged by 4 triangular prisms, and connected with 6 tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 10 triangular prisms which exist inside of pumpkin pie as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. French silk pie and pumpkin pie both have shapes resembling a slice of pie. The colors used for French silk pie and pumpkin pie are a departure from the traditional color wheel dichotomy used to color the other shapes in the series because I wanted to include some shapes using the color brown. The 15th shape in the series is dichotomy. Constructed out of 72 sheets of paper, dichotomy features white as the light color, black as the medium color, and is the only shape in the series with no third color darker than the other two. The name dichotomy was chosen because the two-color setup allowed for the use of two opposite colors. Dichotomy displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Dichotomy is an arrangement of 4 scaled tetrahedrons bridged by a central scaled tetrahedron, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the unstellated scaled tetrahedrons which exist inside of dichotomy as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the triangle faces are covered with stellations. The 16th shape in the series is gradation. Constructed out of 84 sheets of paper, gradation features cloud gray as the light color, fog gray as the medium color, and smoke gray as the dark color. The name gradation was chosen to describe the graded shift in color, and also because gradation is a fitting name for a gray origami. Gradation displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Gradation is an arrangement of 4 tetrahedral bases bridged by an octahedron, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the unstellated tetrahedral bases and octahedron which exist inside of gradation as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the triangle faces are covered with stellations. Dichotomy and gradation both feature 4 tetrahedral fragments joined together at a central locus. Dichotomy features 4 tetrahedrons pointed outward and diverging, while gradation features 4 tetrahedral ends pointed inward and converging. This is a truncated tetrahedral edge. A truncated tetrahedral edge is a kind of tetrahedral fragment. This is a truncated tetrahedral edge with stellations included. Truncated tetrahedral edges take up less space than normal tetrahedral edges, which allows them to be used in places where normal tetrahedral edges will not fit. The 17th shape in the series is the rose. Constructed out of 81 sheets of paper, the rose features blush red as the light color, rose red as the medium color, and garnet red as the dark color. The name the rose was chosen because of the rosy red colors of the shape, but also because the shape has a floral appearance. The rose displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. The rose is an arrangement of 2 scaled tetrahedrons, bridged by 4 triangular prisms, and connected with 3 truncated tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 4 triangular prisms and 2 scaled tetrahedrons, which exist inside of the rose as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the truncated tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. This is another kind of tetrahedral slice. Unlike the previous tetrahedral slice, which was taken from in between a rectangular cross-section, this tetrahedral slice was taken from in between a triangular cross-section. This is a tetrahedral slice from in between a triangular cross-section with the stellations included. The 18th shape in the series is the thorns. Constructed out of 129 sheets of paper, the thorns features chartreuse green as the light color, pear green as the medium color, and olive green as the dark color. The name the thorns was chosen because of the green plant-like colors and also because of the prominent twin structures at each end of the shape. The thorns displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. The thorns is an arrangement of 2 groups of 4 triangular prisms bridged by 2 tetrahedral slices and connected with 6 truncated tetrahedral edges, all of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 8 triangular prisms and 2 unstellated tetrahedral slices which exist inside of the thorns as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the truncated tetrahedral edges are attached to the red squares on the triangular prisms, and the remaining triangle faces are covered with stellations. The rose and the thorns were developed as an exploration into attaching truncated tetrahedral edges to the square faces of triangular prisms, while expanding the triangular faces with other tetrahedral fragments. The rose and the thorns are the only shapes in the series which use truncated tetrahedral edges. The 19th shape in the series is Midnight Moonbeam. Constructed out of 81 sheets of paper, Midnight Moonbeam features periwinkle purple as the light color, iris purple as the medium color, and Byzantine purple as the dark color. The name Midnight Moonbeam was chosen because the color is reminiscent of the color of the night sky, and also because the shape follows a single straight line like a beam of light. Midnight Moonbeam displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Midnight Moonbeam is an arrangement of 2 scaled tetrahedrons, both of which have been covered with stellations. Here are the 2 unstellated scaled tetrahedrons which exist inside of Midnight Moonbeam as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the triangle faces are covered with stellations. The 20th and final shape in the series is Summer Sunbeam. Constructed out of 96 sheets of paper, Summer Sunbeam features honey yellow as the light color, mustard yellow as the medium color, and sunshine yellow as the dark color. The name summer sunbeam was chosen because the color is reminiscent of the bright color of sunlight, and also because the shape resembles sunlight expanding through a pinhole. Summer sunbeam displays rotational and reflectional symmetries. Summer sunbeam is a scaled tetrahedron which has been covered with stellations. Here is the unstellated scaled tetrahedron which exists inside of summer sunbeam as hidden geometry. To complete the shape, the triangle faces are covered with stellations. Summer sunbeam is the only shape which does not contain any tetrahedral fragments, but only because it contains a whole tetrahedron. Midnight moonbeam and summer sunbeam are both stellated scaled geometric shapes. Summer sunbeam is a stellated tetrahedron, while midnight moonbeam is a stellated bipyramid which connects two tetrahedrons. While I originally did not include these shapes in the series because they were too simple, I eventually changed my mind because I felt the series needed at least one complete scaled tetrahedron. Modular Tetrahedral Symmetry contains 2,129 sheets of paper total. The series contains a total of 59 different colors of paper. All of the paper used in the series is origami paper cut in squares of 15 by 15 centimeters. All paper was folded and assembled by hand by me, Jason Kempinen. I have dreams of making origami for my living, and my Patreon page is currently the best place to support my work. Benefits of being my patron include access to my Discord server and access to my library of 3D origami models. If you like Sonobe origami and want to make it for yourself, I recommend my book, Modular Sonobe Origami. The book is available on Amazon as a paperback or as a Kindle ebook, which is free to read for Kindle Unlimited subscribers. Finally, I also post my work on Twitter, where I am @SonobeOrigami. Follows and shares on social media are always appreciated, as are likes, subscribes, and all the other internet points. I appreciate your viewership. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best.